Yeah, had a little bit of a disturbance at that time. Sorry, but yeah, as I was saying, we were talking about uh, ancient astrology and evolutionary astrology. Perhaps there are pros and cons with both of these systems that can be reconciled. That can be expanded upon. Um, that's pretty much what I have to say on it as of now. At the moment, I'm kind of working on some diagrams and things like that that can kind of help us expand our mind and the possibilities as to how these systems work. And because think about it, there's knowledge when it comes to the ascendant sign. I looked up that was actually something that was recently introduced. The ascendant, like they weren't even really in the past really big on the ascendant signs and as the rotations and things, but there is some evidence that would suggest they were too. See, this stuff is not, it's not black and white and it's just so clear cut like that. Like there really is a lot of nuance and a lot of data that's involved in all of this in the assessment of these two systems. So yeah, I'm totally up for it. I love talking about astrology. I got a powerful, very strong ninth house. Not the strongest, but K2's there. Okay, Cancer. So when it comes down to abstract thinking and stuff, and when it comes down to old systems and expansion, improving, building upon those old systems, that's what I do. That's exactly what I do. We need to use our advanced systems that we have today, our technology that can view all those things, get better, pinpoint the speeds at which they move better, and pinpoint it exactly. Like this planet's moving this fast. When it goes into this house, for all we know, we could have houses that planets move slower in, even by a slight percentage. Maybe it's a small percentage that therefore meaning can be extracted from that. That means that when this planet's in this house, of course they talk about the detriment and all that stuff. Sure, there could be other meanings to it as well. You know, people are looking at the ascendant sign, what's opposite. I'm looking at astrologers, EA astrologers who are really getting into. They're looking at, they're trying to define what they can. In some situations, people, it's a bunch of I mean, I really can't say, but it seems like people are making shit up. You know what I'm saying? It's fabrications and things like that. But what currently fascinates me about EA astrology is the idea of past lives. The idea of reincarnation is really what fascinates me, and I'm trying to learn everything I possibly can about it. The reality of it, not feel-good stuff. You know, tell me what I want to hear about it and all that stuff. There's a lot of that going on in the community that I do not like. People are in these communities, man, and they're just kind of like we're gathering around, you know, in these groups, and we're just trying to hear what people are saying. It makes us feel so good inside to know that we have this eternal nature or this immortal nature that's going on and stuff like that, and that's good. That's good too. All right, you know what I'm saying? I understand that. I do think that we have souls. I do think there's an essence. I think everything that lives has an essence that is essentially immortal or it's metaphysical. I don't think that we're just sitting here or just matter is the end all be all. No, I don't think matter is the end all be all. Okay. I was talking about our intelligence and technology, and look, we got planes. Okay, look at that. I also don't think that this is the first time humanity has built an advanced civilization like this. I don't think this is the first time. I think that there are times that we may have had slightly better, maybe not like, you know, sci-fi stuff yet. We probably have not produced anything like that on our planet within any of the cycles, where we have like teleportation systems and all that kind of stuff. I do not think we've achieved that ever in this instance of existence that we're in. I do think that we have had technology like this though before. On continents that are now under the ocean, obviously, because I think when we talk about cycles and planets and all that kind of stuff that influence what's going on down here, it's obvious to me that the lands and things that we live on are they're not permanent. They're not going to stay and be like this forever, even for vast millions of years that we keep going on about. Scientists and a lot of geographers tend to go on about. People who study geology, you know, all those types of things. Like, oh well, you know, I'm seeing maps of 24,000, 50,000 years ago during the Ice Age, of the continent looking exactly similar and stuff like that, just with ice on it. And then the water levels and stuff like that very similar. No, that's not how that works. That dynamic doesn't work like that. You know, shapes of continents and things like that are determined by the ocean A lot of the time there's a crust, yes, but in some instances it's ocean, and how it sort of, encompasses the continent and things like that. And then also it's like a fabric. The ocean is like a fabric, is basically what it is. Very, very, very pliable, and everything like that. You put water into the teacup, it becomes the teacup. Okay, yes, that's what's going on with the water and shit. It goes, and then depending on the temperature, when it gets real fucking cold, it recedes back. And everything, then it when it gets really, 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 really hot and moist, the icebergs, they melt at the poles. Water level rises up, changes the shape of the continents, or it appears to change the physical shape of the continent. When under the water, some of those shapes you can still see. You can look at Google Earth, and see this. Okay, I'm getting ranting on this stuff. I'm gonna get off of here now. That's just, but hopefully you guys see where I'm coming from with this. If you like anything I said, you agree with me, whatever, I don't care if you do or don't, put it at the bottom. We can talk about it. Look, ain't nobody saying nothing being wrong with groups. It's just that when it comes to dealing with philosophy, when it comes to dealing with astrology, I have this annoyance when there's a lack of questioning, when it's just people, when we're coming in there for the feel good stuff. Oh man, it's annoying, and that's okay to be like that too. Again, this is me, how I feel personally about the situation. I'm about finding truth. I'm not about playing around and just trying to feel good about some shit. I mean, I want to, if it comes down to it that we discover something in astrology and it's something that's deeply, it's terrifying or something like that, it could allude to what we were before we were men. I'm actually looking at, before we were humans, I'm actually studying the chart, looking for things like that. But I'm not going to just because I feel that there should be more, or I think that there could be more information involved in the chart. So I'm not going to just sit there and just want to impose upon it and then just come out with all these assertions and things like that just sort of suits my bias. Okay, because we have a lot of people that are doing that. It's a lot of people fabricating things. Okay, I'm just trying to, I know I'm ranting about it and things like that, but I'm really trying to make that my point, that we have fabrications. We live in a world where we have money, and we've had money for 5,000 years, and this is Earth's realm, right? It's about the money. And so people are going to, come in and, sort of like the church, how the church will make you feel good. Make you feel good. Tell you how much God loves you. Tell you how much the universe loves you, and how much, mostly how God loves you, and how much if you continue to do the things that the church wants you to do, says that you should do. If you don't do those things, bad things will happen to you, or something like that. Okay, so I've been running through multiple different kinds of channels. I've been going through multiple different kinds of channels and things like that, and I haven't been liking that kind of stuff. It's very self-righteous stuff going on. I can be like that, as I told you, I can be self-righteous, but some of this stuff is blatantly self-righteous. There's this one channel I went to, this lady's like, Saturn will absolutely punish you if by September, when he goes direct, and you do not do the things you're supposed to do, you will receive times 10 karma. We got times 10 karmas? People are talking about times 10 karmas and stuff like that going on. This is incredible. Times 10 karmas.